Itt a Magyar Klub nevében, és január 2020 óta ez az első alkalom, hogy személyesen együtt lehetünk és beltéri rendezvényt tudunk tartani. Gratulálhatunk magunknak és egymásnak, hogy túléltük ezt a nehéz időszakot, legalábbis azt a részét, amikor nem lehetünk együtt. Remélem mind tudjátok, hogy klubunk idén ünnepli 100. évfordulóját. Minden héten megosztunk valamit klubunk és a magyar közösség múltjából, és szeretettel várunk mindenkit az augusztus 28-i piknikre és az október 15-i gálabára, amit 100. évfordulónk alkalmából a Michigan Avenue-i Drake szállodában fogunk tartani. A szálloda 1920-ban nyitott, vagyis klubunk alapítása előtt 2 évvel, így hűen visszaadja a 20-as évek hangulatát, amit klubunk alapítói is láthattak. Ma azért hívtunk össze mindenkit, benneteket, hogy ünnepeljünk. Azt mondják, hogy amit szeretnénk, hogy megismétlődjön, azt meg kell ünnepelni, és ma Demeter Rebeka sikerét ünnepeljük. Rebekát leginkább úgy ismerjük, mint Pálma és András lányát. András klubunk volt elnöke, és ma is alelnöke, és Pálma volt pénztárosunk, és ma is vezetőségi tagunk. Rebeka karrierjét messziről kísérjük, tudjuk, hogy elköltözött Kaliforniába, hogy álmait valóra váltsa. És lám itt vagyunk, hogy megnézzük az első filmjét, amely sikereket is aratott. Rebeka a film után fog szólni egy pár szót a filmről és a szerzeményéről. De szeretném előre megosztani az elismeréseket, és igazából utána fogjuk megosztani az elismeréseket, amit a film kapott. Welcome on behalf of the Hungarian Club of Chicago. Our club is celebrating its centennial or 100-year anniversary this year. We are glad to be back hosting events in person, and thank you very much for coming. We hope you will also join us at our annual picnic on August 28th, Sunday, and at our gala ball on October 15th at the Drake Hotel on Michigan Avenue. Today we are here to celebrate the success of our community member, Rebeka Demeter. Rebeka is the daughter of Pálma and András, longtime Hungarian Club board members. Rebeka resides in California and has produced her first film. And after the film, Rebeka will say a few words about the film. Before we start the film, I'd like to very much thank Tufan Áron for letting us host it here in Norwich, as always.
Köszönöm nagyon szépen, hogy mindenki itt van. Köszönöm is a Magyar Klubnak Chicagóban, hogy megszerezte ezt a filmbemutatást. És köszönöm is a református gyülekezetnek, hogy megengedték, hogy itt tudjuk szerezni. Thank you so much everybody for being here. Thank you as well to the Magyar Club of Chicago for putting this film screening together. And thank you as well to the Reformed Church for allowing us to use this space. I am Rebeka Demeter. Thank you so much for being here. I made this movie probably about a little over a year ago. It was my 3rd movie, and I worked very, very hard on it. There was a lot I did, and I am currently finishing up 2 other movies that I have done this year. They're both getting edited and getting the music right now, but I've been in Los Angeles for 6 years, and the anniversary was yesterday, so it's a very strange weekend with a lot of emotions, but I'm so thrilled and happy that I'm able to make movies and pursue my dreams, and I'm also very thankful to my parents for supporting me and for loving me and for helping me in so many ways, and thank you so much for coming and watching my movie. It really means a lot, so thank you. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in Hungarian or English.
I would love to know what inspired you to choose this topic?
So there's two main themes in the movie about plastic surgery and climate change. And I have always been fascinated by plastic surgery. I know it's an interesting topic for a lot of people, but I think it's fascinating to go and want to change your face. And currently, everything that you do with plastic surgery involves a lot of time and recovery, and there's a lot of money. And I thought, well, what if I cut out all of that? And I just made it instant. What would you look like if there was no really obstacles to it? And with climate change, the world is changing a bit. There's a few different things happening, and just with the amount of like storms and all that, I thought, what would the world look like if everybody had to stay inside during the day because it was just so hot and it was just too dangerous to be outside. So those are some of my inspirations.
Congratulations, I really enjoyed the short film. The music was very nice, so congratulations for picking the music behind it. Tell me more about the short films, because that area I'm not sure. I mean, where is it presented? I mean, what's the way of average person watching shorts? I mean, I see at Oscars, you know, they always give awards for shorts, but I never know where these are actually viewed or presented or how it's published.
Yeah, so for the first thing, the music, my composer, Amit Cohen, is amazing, and she was actually nominated for a couple different awards for the score, and I'm working with her again this year for my other movie. She actually sent me the music yesterday for it, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but with short films, it's a very, very specific market, and for instance, the Oscars, it is an incredibly detailed, months, sometimes years-long process, because all those movies that you see, they come from other festivals, because there's not really a market for short films. They're mainly kind of like a trial run or an example of what a filmmaker like me who's starting out can do. Just because you don't give somebody, you know, millions of dollars to make a giant movie. Like, you need to see some prior work. And movies themselves cost so much money. So filmmakers try to do short films, and then we present them at festivals. And this short got into 7 festivals last year, which was amazing. And I hope to beat that number this year. But if you win awards, like for the Academy Awards, you have to enter in certain festivals. It matters which one, and then you have to get into that festival. Usually you have to win the top prize, and then you are eligible to apply for the Academy Awards, but you need other festivals. So you also need a lot of luck. You probably need to know some people that can help push your movie to the front, but it's a very, very long process, and it's quite detailed. It made me cry when I first researched it, because I was like, this is beyond me. But I'm hoping that one day I can have my own feature-length movies and show them in theaters, and this is just the beginning, and it's my 3rd short. The first 2 no one will ever see, because they were not great. But this is the 3rd one, and I've made 2 more this year, and I'm going to keep doing them, and going to hopefully get my full-length movies one day. But yeah, thank you. Again.
I'd like to know where you received your training, and who is your favorite Hungarian director and favorite Hungarian film?
My favorite Hungarian director, he made movies back in like the 30s and 40s by George Cukor. He directed quite a few amazing movies. I don't know if I have a favorite Hungarian film. There was one film I wanted to see a few years ago called Saul Fia by Son of Saul. I never got around to it, but I didn't have any training. I moved out to Los Angeles. I never had a second of film school or anything, and one of my good friends in Chicago, her friend moved to LA. I met with him, and he gave me a long list of names of different directors, producers, and he was like, just email them, tell them that Adam sent you, and just beg for a job. And that's what I did, because I had nothing to recommend me. So I wrote to everybody. I slowly got on a few student films. Those student films, I met people. They hired me for other things. I kept meeting people. It took about 2 solid years to have a network, and finally I started getting on like bigger film sets and legitimate film sets. And currently I'm working on a Netflix show called Griselda that is starring Sofia Vergara, who is in Modern Family, which is really hard, but it's an interesting show. And I also work, my day job that I actually get paid for is in a department called Locations. So I basically manage anywhere, if you see anything outside, somebody has gotten all the permits, they have set it up, they have ordered anything that you could think of. Like usually we have to like order just like the food and all these different things because it's like hundreds of people working 12 hours a day. So that's what I do, and I'm very thankful for that job because I get paid a good amount of money and I can just bring my laptop and work on my projects, and it's great, and I'm super thankful for it. Thank you. Yes?
I didn't have all my notes with me at the beginning. Could you please, for all of us, list the festivals and the mentions the film got?
I would have to look at my phone, because honestly, I don't remember.
I will help you. You have honorable mention in the Los Angeles Movie Awards, nominated for Best Score, Indie X Film Fest, honorable mention Science Fiction Los Angeles Film Awards, and semi-finalist in the Lonely Wolf International Film Festival.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was very exciting. I remember I was at home last year in August, and I got the very first notification that I was accepted, and I literally ran outside to tell my parents that I got into one. So it was amazing. Yes.
It could be inappropriate, but what's the budget for a movie like this?
It's not inappropriate at all. So usually, most short films, it really depends on if you pay people and if you have to pay for the equipment and for the location. So this movie cost around, I don't remember the exact number, but it was somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000. So a lot of that went to the location itself, because I was working on a TV show back then, and I happened to wander upstairs, and I was just like, oh, this could work for my movie. So I found the owner, and I begged to let him, let me shoot there. I had to pay for the camera, lots of equipment. I paid all my actors. I paid the guy who shot it, the sound guy. A lot of my friends worked on it for free, which I was very grateful. But yeah, I had to go on Amazon, and I went and looked at all the masks, and I chose the masks, and I had to go to Party City, and I bought the gloves. It was just tons of little things that you never think about, but I went and I did it all. So yeah. Yes.
I noticed that it's very interesting to me how the title is the változás.
Yes.
Is there a particular reason why you chose that for a title, or people who don't speak Hungarian, which I assume it's most of these people at festivals,
yes.
How would they know if that means anything specific?
At the festivals, whenever I submitted, the first thing I always wrote, because I always hoped that they would read my letters, so I hoped it would be at the top and they would see it, is that the változás is the Hungarian word for change. And the change was for 3 different things. The change was climate change, that you would actually change yourself, your outer appearance, and it's the name of the machine. And I thought it was interesting how there's so many companies lately with ridiculous names like Google and Uber and Yahoo, and I was like, I want a unique name that no one's ever really thought of, and I thought változás would be a good choice, and I'm Hungarian, and I wanted to honor my Hungarian heritage a little bit, and I also just wanted to hear Americans try to pronounce változás. And I laughed every single time that we were shooting and somebody said the word, but nobody ever really asked me how to pronounce it, which is the funniest thing. All my actors just showed up and I was like, just say it however you want. You're gonna say it differently every single time. But yeah, I thought it would be good to have a unique name so that it'd be more honestly easy to find on Google. Yeah. Anyways, but thank you so much for all the questions. Köszönöm szépen mindenkinek, hogy kijött, and we can enjoy. There's drinks and food in the back, and thank you so much for coming.
Mindenki egyen és igyon, és érezzétek jól magatokat, ne változzatok.
No, not even a little bit, no.